Going to show you all is just the absolute state of what we're dealing with. Australia, New Zealand
Urgent
have
action.
both just lost their fucking minds. But because the people that have allowed this to manifest and grow, it has emboldened leaders all around these those different states and those countries to try to outdo one another in terms of their tyrannical bullshit. Let's listen real quick to what this jackass had to say.
Urgent action to escalate our response in these communities, immediately implementing a hard lockdown. That means residents of Binjari and Rockall no longer have the 5 reasons to leave their home. They can only leave for medical treatment in an emergency or if required by law.
All right, so another lockdown. And they had 5 little reasons that you had to be able to move around. Now you don't even have those. You can only leave for like medical reasons and some of the, and you know, whatever the law actually indicates. So now your lockdown has a, hey, yo dog exhibit meme. I heard you like the lockdowns. So we put a lockdown on your lockdown. It's essentially what we're dealing with. Let's listen to what else is happening here.
It's highly likely that more residents will be transferred to Howard Springs today, either as positive cases or close contacts. We've already identified 38 close contacts in Binjari, and that number will go up. Those 38 are being transferred now. I contacted the Prime Minister last night. We are grateful for the support of about 20 ADF personnel as well as army trucks to assist with the transfer of positive cases and close contacts and to support the communities.
Do y'all not understand what the fuck just happened? This man said they have army trucks escorting people to these areas where they must then be housed because they are either testing positive or they had close contact with someone that they call concentration camps. Okay, we've seen this shit before, and I know a lot of people don't like us to refer to these instances, Japanese in term and especially funny mustache guy and the shit that he did. But let's call them what it is that they are. They are hurting positive case people. They've locked down the citizens anyway. And now they're hurting these people to these effective quarantine camps, and it's being facilitated by the military. Where have we seen this shit before? A New Zealand horse-faced chick sits up there and brags and laughs, giggles, like, ha ha ha, yeah, I am going to do it, you know? When she's being asked, are you treating? And people kind of are worrying that you're treating these people that are unvaccinated. You're creating these sort of 2 different classes, right, of people, vaccinated and unvaccinated. Is that what it is you're doing? She just said, yeah. As I've said before, they don't fear you, man. These governments do not fear their people, and this is why this happens. They don't fear you. Now, some people will point to like Australia and say, well, it's the lack of guns, and maybe that has something to do with it. But even if, I don't know, a decent amount of the population said no more, even without it, they'd have more basis to, be able to stop this shit. Yeah, it's a lot easier when you're strapped. Don't get me wrong. But they've been going along with it. There's been a couple of vocal minorities that are out there that have made it abundantly clear that they're not with this shit. You've seen protests and all of that. But unfortunately, a big block of people, not only because the government has them tricked into believing that this is the righteous and just thing, not only going with it, they're aiding. They're snitching on their neighbors, man. And this is the type of stuff that, out here, people are starting to advocate for. I don't care where you're at on this. This is fucked up. The transporting, effectively kidnapping, transporting people with the aid of the fucking army, your military folk. Are transporting you to a camp where you must reside in. It ain't your home, but you must stay there because you done tested positive for something with a 99% survival rate. This ain't about conspiracies, man. This is what's happening, dude. They're telling you right now. A lot of conspiracies, I guess, over the last couple of years have become true. People feared that this type of stuff would happen. And now you got the gaslighters out there. Oh, it's not that bad. It's just a camp. It's just 2 weeks to slow the spread to it. Now it's just a camp. You'll be out in 2 weeks. You can't go do certain stuff. You can't go do hell. In some of these countries, nothing. Now nothing if you ain't vaccinated. Can't have a regular life. Despite what we know about transmission and the fact that their beloved jabs that they parade around doesn't even prevent that. CDC's already said that. Yet still they treat you, because it's about compliance more than anything, like you are the enemy, even though they could pass it just like you can if you test positive. Australia is going back to their roots and being a prison colony, after all. But on a serious note, how can you, no matter where you're at in this world, look at that in this instance and think that that's okay? Think that that's normal. Think that that's something just. I don't know if there's ever been a time throughout history where the people that are, hurting people, branding them essentially, and dropping them off in a camp where they can't fucking leave. And not because they committed a crime, just because they existed. Those people generally have never been the good guys of the story. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.